What do you do with a client who says they've had a long-term candida and brain fog? How would you help them?
I think there's a way hyped up overdiagnosis of this candida thing, and I'm not quite certain. Um, so I think it's overdiagnosed, and I think if you're eating a healthy, whole food, plant-based diet, and you're not eating processed foods and sugars and all that refined stuff, it's going to help you get better. So when these people have these really acute situations, focusing on what they're eating and why they're what exactly how they're eating, it can ameliorate the situation. But I don't think it's as big a problem as it is currently being touted. And I think a lot of people are getting these diagnoses mostly from like a naturopathic type of healthcare system. And when they're getting advised to take these tons of supplements to counteract it raises some red flags for me. So again, I always go back to just eating a whole food plant-based diet. And I just don't think that's as big of a problem that we hear about.
How do we make sure we get enough vitamins from our foods? And how do we make sure we're not missing any key ones?
There's this pursuit of getting enough. And I think in this pursuit of getting enough, there's a problem. And what I was taught in graduate school and dietetics, all my internship, everything, what doctors are taught, what everyone is taught, we are all centered on this paradigm of deficiency. We're not seeing chronic diseases of deficiency. We are seeing chronic overnutrition as the primary problem across the world now. It has literally outweighed the undernourished. We have overnutrition has outweighed undernutrition around the world. This just happened in the last decade. And that's crazy because we grew up thinking, oh my gosh, we have to worry about getting enough. And, I used to take my Flintstones vitamins and we were always so concerned about getting enough protein, enough iron, enough this, enough that. But we've got obesity as it's like 74% this year, 74, almost 3/4 of the US population are overweight or obese. And 1 out of 3 around the world are overweight or obese. That's a problem of overnourishment. So in this pursuit of getting enough, we're getting too much. And we see there's no question, and this is something I'm also very passionate about, there are health implications of overnourishment. There are health implications of having excessive adipose tissue on your body, including your risk for COVID and your mortality risk for COVID and morbidity and mortality. So there's this whole denier thing happening with this health at every size movement. And it's just simply not true. There is ample evidence that you're increasing your risk. There's no judgment or shame in having a number on the scale or having extra adipose tissue on your body. It is a product of the world we live in. We live in an obesogenic world. There is food everywhere. You are weird and abnormal and you don't fit in if you say, no, I'm not eating that steak, or no, I'm not going to eat dessert with you. You are pushed away from society. And we are tribal people. We want connection. We want to relate to people. We want to be breaking bread. That is the center of most social interaction. Also, social interaction is based on eating together. So when you're that person that says, I'm not going to have that, or I'm just going to eat my plant-based food, or I'm not eating because I'm not hungry, you become the odd person out. And it's very socially isolating. That is the problem. So it takes extraordinary determination. It takes accountability. This is what I do. I do a lot of weight loss with clients, and I have a weight loss support group, and I work with clients because it's not just discipline, because discipline and willpower wear out by the end of the day. It's finite. It takes extraordinary desire, determination, and the biggest why. You have to want it so bad that you could say no up to 200 times a day. If it's a little no, it's about 200 times a day. No, I'm not going to have that. No, I'm not going to engage in that. No, I'm going to stick to my plan. That takes determination. So we are living in a culture, all of us, most around the world, most of the societies around the world, not all, I can't say that, but most of our westernized societies for sure, are bombarded with food messaging that promotes illness and disease. You sit and watch, sometimes I rarely watch TV, but once in a while I'll sit with my daughter or whatever, watch some TV. The commercials, you're bombarded with these sexy, entertaining, decadent, the pizza and the this, and your mouth waters. it is normal for us to want that stuff. Like, we are adapted to survive, and survival means having adequate calorie when it is offered to us. So everything in our environment is set up for us to be overnourished. So you're not broken. This is our society. It is set up for chronic overnourishment. So I don't worry about getting enough. I worry about covering your bases with the notable nutrients, eating a whole food plant-based diet, staying at a healthy weight as best you can if you want. I never want to force someone to make a decision about their body, what feels best for you, how your labs work, but I'm not worried about undernutrition. I'm worried about chronic overnutrition first. That's why most people come to me.
So with that, what is the scientifically proven most effective way to lose weight and keep it off? And does everyone lose weight on a whole food plant-based diet?
You could lose weight on pretty much any diet. Anytime you're in a deficit, you can lose weight. You could lose weight on a keto diet. You could lose weight on a plant-based diet. You could lose weight eating Twinkies. That's been shown. You could lose weight anyway. However, I recommend losing weight with a whole food plant-based diet because it is the healthiest way to lose weight, and it's the most sustainable way to lose weight. And that is what I recommend in my books, with my clients, with my weight loss support group. It's eating in a deficit, because you have to create a deficit by definition to lose weight. And eating a whole food plant-based diet makes it easier. You get to eat more volume. Not that I recommend high volume eating, but you get to eat more volume, so you have increased satiety and satiation, and you are getting a nutrient-dense diet. What's so interesting, because I've been working in this field for 16 years, and what I've noticed in the last 5-ish years is that clients are coming to me that are on a plant-based diet that are having the same health issues as the omnivores. I don't think I could have predicted this ever. It's because of this new onslaught of products on the marketplace. Anything you could eat, I could eat. Vegan cheese, vegan cookies, vegan cakes, vegan meat, vegan bacon, vegan anything. And while I'm thrilled that those are options, especially for people transitioning or for those of us that just want to treat once in a while, when anyone comes to me and I say, okay, they say I'm eating healthy, I'm on a vegan diet, I'm always like, great, write a food journal. Let me see what you're eating in a week. Without fail, it's that they're eating too much, and or they're eating too many of those products on a too regular of a basis. So yes, you can gain weight and you cannot lose weight eating a plant-based diet if you're eating too much or if you're eating too much of these products. So it's really fascinating because I didn't expect that. But the answer is always the food. It is always the food, period, end of story. So it's how much you're eating, it's what you're eating, and you can lose weight optimally with a whole food plant-based diet.